All right, y'all. This is Big Rich. I'm gonna get into it today. I'm gonna break down the fight between Canelo and Bud. My thoughts is, let me tell you that Canelo is an awesome fighter, great fighter. He did a lot when he went up in weight and fought all those heavier fighters. He probably had the edge on him in terms of skill wise because he was a smaller fighter coming up, so he was able to see everything quicker. He had a pretty good solid chin too. Now, what I think is what's going to happen is you're dealing with two great fighters, and anytime Canelo fight a great fighter, a really, really great fighter, he has problems with it. And the reason why I'm breaking it down like this, because I'm going to let you know, when Canelo fought Floyd was barely, 146, even though Floyd agreed to fight at 152, which was Canelo's team called it Canelo weight. Okay, you have to remember that. Canelo is the one that chose that weight because he wanted that fight so bad. Because remember, he wasn't young like y'all say he was because he had just fought Sugar Shane Mosley and he beat Sugar Shane Mosley. Okay, so he only became young when he fought Floyd Mayweather. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because people keep talking about weight and size and all this other stuff, which it do matters. And in most cases, probably 99% of the cases, it happens. But when you're dealing with great fighters, like someone like a Bud, someone like a Floyd, someone like a Bivol, these fighters are elite fighters, in their own right, and they're very accurate. All of them are very accurate fighters. So this is what really happened. These are the numbers. Floyd came in, when he came in at weight, he was at 146. 146. He made weight at 150, right? He made weight at 150 the day before. When he came in to fight, he was about 146 or 147. Canelo came in at almost 170-something pounds, maybe 180 pounds that night. So that's why I tell you, it's not about how big Canelo is, because Canelo came in big that night, And it pretty much hurt him because it's not about how big you are in that ring. It's about the skill set, and it's about if you're able to take a punch, Floyd complained later, after the fight was over, that Canelo had caught him in the hip, and he was hurt that night. Actually, Floyd was hurt that night. But see, great fighters, you never know that they're hurt. Now, how do I think Canelo's going to lose this fight? Canelo's going to lose this fight with the short punches that Bud throws when they're in battle. You know what I mean? Canelo likes throwing these looping hooks and all these other things that he throws, right, to catch fighters and, knock them out with body shots and stuff that he does. Get them on the arms, hit them on the arms. But it's not going to work with Bud because Bud's going to be right there. He's not going anywhere. And Bud is strong. Very, very strong. He's little, but he's strong. I witnessed it myself. When we was in San Mateo, he had picked up Devin Haney's bodyguard and slammed him. He's 300 pounds. I was sitting right there. Little Bud picked up Devin Haney and one of his fighters and had them both in it and grabbed both of them up, snatched both of them up. So you have to understand that Bud is not going anywhere. He's going to be right there. So whenever Canelo makes a mistake, which he will pay. Now, do I think it's possible that Bud can get knocked out? Yes, I do. Because Canelo has a lot of power and Canelo has a chin. But I think what's going to catch Canelo is those short punches that he don't see. And that's what's going to first knock him down, and that's what's first is going to really do something to rattle him in that way. Kind of like what Floyd did. Floyd broke him down with skills. It was levels to this. He was able to switch up. The feints was damn near having Canelo damn near. He didn't even know what to do just with the feints. He was scared of Floyd's feints. And he was getting caught. Floyd was setting him up the whole night. He didn't know anything about setting it up. Now, is he going to be setting Bud up? Yes. Canelo has learned a lot from Floyd Mayweather, and he uses a lot of Floyd Mayweather's tactics. That's why I say Bud's got to be careful. But I think what's going to win the fight, I think Bud's gonna knock him out. And Bud is gonna embarrass. He's really going to embarrass Canelo that night. And I hope y'all want to know. Y'all always want to know my crazy predictions. You know what I'm saying? All y'all that's out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know that I be hitting them. I be knocking them out every time because see, y'all get into y'all emotions and I don't. I look at when I look at film. Most time when I make these predictions, I watch these fighters. I watch a couple of fights and I see what their tendencies are, and I really pay attention to what they do in the ring. You know what I mean? Now we could say, "Oh, well, Bud's too small," or "Bud's gonna do this." Man, let me tell you something. Bud is small, but Bud's been fighting bigger fighters his whole life. This is what y'all don't understand, and this is what y'all don't get. And if you think that Shakur has skills, just imagine Bud. Bud has skills too, and you see what he did to Shakur. You know what I mean? He neutralized Shakur with them skills. You know what I mean? Because you have to understand you're dealing with a master boxer. All this other weight stuff and all these other things that y'all talking about is not going to matter. You know what I mean? Bud walks around at about 170, 180 pounds anyway, so he don't really have to lose that much weight. You know what I mean? He's fighting. He has to come down when he fights at 147 or 154. You know what I mean? And that takes work, energy. You know what I mean? Now he ain't got to do nothing but just come around his walking weight and do what he do. And y'all ain't even peeped what Bud did. If you've been paying attention to Bud literally went all the way up to 185, 90, 190 pounds and worked his way back that whole time. So that's going to make a big difference in this fight. I got Bud in under 8, maybe even under 4. And that's my prediction. I do see a knockdown. I do see Bud getting clipped in this fight. But that's only going to make Bud stronger. Remember, he got shot in the head, took himself to the hospital. Think about that. Big Rich. That's my prediction.